Hello everyone, this is Lavati Leela Mankanta, passing BTech second in VUIT. In this video, I would like to cover about servlets in Java. In this video, I would like to cover what are servlets in Java, how to servlets work, creating a servlet, servlet configuration, servlet filters, servlet session management, servlet best practices, and servlet conclusion. What are servlets in Java? Servlets are a fundamental part of Java web development, allowing for dynamic content to be generated and served up to users. In essence, servlets are Java classes that extend the capabilities of servers that host applications accessed through a web browser. They provide a way to handle requests and responses between the server and client, enabling developers to create highly interactive and responsive websites. How do servlets work? Servlets are Java classes that handle requests and responses between a web server and a client. The lifecycle of a servlet includes initialization, service, and destruction. During the service phase, the servlet receives a request from the client and returns a response. The servlet container manages the creation and destruction of servlet instances. Creating a servlet. To create a basic servlet in Java, we first need to create a Java class that extends the HTTP servlet class. This class will handle HTTP requests and responses. Next, we need to override the doGet or doPost method depending on which HTTP method we want to handle. In this method, we can write the code to handle the request and generate the response. Servlet configuration. Servlets can be configured using either the web.xml or annotations. The web.xml file is an XML document that contains configuration information for the web application, including servlet mappings, initialization parameters, and security constraints. Annotations, on the other hand, are Java language constructs that allow developers to embed metadata directly in their code. Annotations provide a more concise way of configuring servlets, but they may not be suitable for all situations. To configure a servlet using the web.xml file, we need to add a servlet element and a servlet mapping element to the file. The servlet element defines the servlet class and any initialization parameters that the servlet requires. The servlet mapping elements maps the servlet to a URL pattern that clients can use to access the servlet. To configure a servlet using annotations, we simply add the appropriate annotation to the servlet class. For example, the @web servlet annotation can be used to define the servlet class and URL mapping in a single step. Servlet filters. Servlet filters are an essential part of Java web development that allow developers to modify requests and responses. They can be used to perform tasks such as authentication, logging, and compression. There are several types of filters, including authentication filters, logging filters, compression filters, and encryption filters. Each type of filter has its own unique purpose and can be customized to meet the needs of a specific application. Session management. Session management is an important aspect of web development, and servers provide a powerful tool for mapping user sessions. When a user visits a website, the server creates a unique session for that user, which can be used to store information about the user's activity on the site. Servlets allow developers to create, modify, and destroy these sessions as needed. This makes it possible to implement features like user authentication and personalized content, which are essential for any modern websites. Servlets best practices. One of the best practices for developing servlets in Java is to keep the code modular and reusable. This means breaking down the functionality into smaller, more manageable components that can be easily maintained and tested. For example, we would create separate classes for handling database connections, user authentication, and data validation. By doing this, we have to make it easier to debug and enhance the code as needed. Another important best practice is follow coding conventions and standards. This includes using proper naming conventions, commenting the code, and organizing the code in a logical manner. By following these conventions, we can make it easier for other developers to understand and work with your code, which can save the time and reduce our errors in the long run. Conclusion: Servers are crucial component of Java web development. They provide a powerful and flexible way to handle requests and responses, manage the user sessions, and apply filters to modify website behavior. By using servlets, developers can create dynamic and interactive websites that meet the needs of their users. Throughout this presentation, we have explored the basics of servlets, including their lifecycle, configuration, options, and best practices for coding. We have also discussed advanced topics such as filters and session management techniques. By mastering these concepts, developers can create websites that are efficient, secure, and easy to maintain. Thank you.